This is simple. We can change the value of let, right? But in can we try a different approach? Let's say with where z, for example, 10, then where z equal to 12. If I do console.log z, this is pretty fine. Let's see in case of let. Can we assign again? Can we assign again in case of let? Yes. So we cannot assign, it will throw an error. Identifier A has been already declared. So this is the pretty much difference in let and const and where. So with where we can reassign again and again. We can reinitialize again and again. But in case of where let, we cannot redeclare with the keyword let. Okay. So let's say in case of const, with the const it's also same. You cannot redeclare again and again. Let's see a bit one quiz. Let, for example, b is equal to 7. We have seen this quiz earlier. What will be the output, guys? Now Chrome is giving you a hint. Yes, we can assign let. We can assign a value in case of let. So what will be the output now? There is saying 8. Okay. Error. Pritam. Okay. Harshit 8. Many undefined. Harsh error. So let's break down. Let's break down this thing without executing. Let's break down this thing. So what will happen? This is happening behind the scene. Now tell me what will be the output. Error, right? Because that is a short form. So we need to think like how to break it. So whenever you're getting a quiz, right, just see how we can break down it. Okay. So this is like we cannot do like this because it is reinitializing again and again. Okay, let's move to the new quiz. Let's see how hosting is working. So what will be the output, guys? People are saying 10. Okay. You are saying very nice. Some are saying error. Okay, let's see. So let's say we cannot have a duplicacy of a variable. For example, I'm telling you in a layman language, we should not have a same variable. We cannot access x before initializing. This is clear. This is the next trick. Like we cannot use the same variable before its declaration. Okay. So few are saying it will get host, right? Let me copy it. So few are saying like it should get host. And I think those who are said those who have said 10, I think they are assuming like this. If you are thinking of hosting, is it correct? If you are saying 10, this is basically a thought. So this is not the case. This is not the case. This is not how it is happening. This is fine, but this is not happening in case of this. Okay, we'll understand what is hosting. So guys, tell me, hosting we know, right? Where and functions are going on the top. So tell me this thing. In case of let and const, does hosting is happening, like hosting is happening in this case? So I think maximum are saying no. Okay, okay, okay. Let and const does not get hosted, only in where. Okay, okay, okay. We'll come back to on this. Let's see a small examples on const. So what is const? For example, if I say we can, const means we cannot change the value. Okay, const means we cannot change the value. It means I cannot make it sunny, right? It will say assignment to a constant variable type error. Okay, so this is basically a const. We cannot change a value. So let's say in case of object. So for example, we have name Tom, then we have one method. So basically, there is a term. If a function is there in an object, we say it's a method. If a function is written separately, it is a function. So these two terms were there. So console.log this dot name. Okay. So how we can call this function? Obj dot read. So this will work perfectly fine. So guys, tell me, if I try to change the name to Sunny, what will happen? What will be the output now? Okay, so it means we can change the object. Const is saying you cannot reinitialize a value. If you try to do it, obj is equal to, for example, true, this will throw an error. Assignment is not allowed, but you can change. In case of const, you can change. So when to use object, like when to use const, we should use const. For example, in case of if arrays, for let's say some example. Guys, most of you were thinking this is a very basic topic, but it is not. I'll come on quiz, you'll feel the level of our concept. So let's say if I am adding Mike console.log friends, is this possible to add like this? Like this will work fine. Okay, let's run it. It will add Mike in the last because we are not reinitializing. We are not reinitializing the thing. Okay, let's see another example. We should always use const with function. Okay, so let's say why we should use const with functions, because we are not going to change anytime. We are not going to change this. Okay, so we should use const with function. Let's start with some good quizzes. So this is basically pretty much simple concept. Let is having a private scope. It is not binding with window. We'll see what all things we have discussed. Where we can discuss, we can access using window object. We can let will not be accessible with window or this. Const also we cannot access with window or this. We can change the value in case of let. We can redeclare in case of where, but we cannot redeclare in case of let. Again, this is the shorthand of redeclaration, so we cannot do it in case of let. We cannot access the variable if it is declared with let before it declaration. We cannot access before its declaration. Basically, we can reassign a value, then In case of const, we cannot assign a value again. In case of objects, we cannot reinitialize a variable, but we can change the properties. We can add a property, we can delete a property, we can change property. In case of arrays, call by reference thing, whatever are non-primitives. I hope you guys are clear with non-primitives. Non-primitives are like objects, arrays. Primitives are true, like Boolean, string, number. Okay. And on the first day we discussed it. And we can use const with the functions, with the variable functions, because this is a high order functions and we are initializing a value. Till this, everything is clear. Is anyone is having question? Okay, let's move forward. So guys, what will be the output in this case? So we have a variable let, then we have a block scope. So for those who don't know what this syntax is correct. We have seen this in the first session. So basically this is a block level scope. So what will be the output in this case? Tom and Mike. Okay. Mike, Mike. Okay, Tom, Mike. Everyone is pretty much right. So this will be the Tom and Mike. So let's say, so you, just now you said, right, let and const are not get hosted, right? So what will be the output in this case? Mike, Vinay is saying we cannot assign two things using let. Now you're right, but this is a different scope. This is having a different scope. Mike, undefined and Mike, why undefined? Okay. See, why undefined? Because it is not, it is okay. You're saying it is not getting host, right? So why undefined? If you're saying it is undefined, it means it is not getting, it is hosted, but you guys are saying it is not getting hosted. Error Mike. Okay. Those who are saying error Mike, why error? Let's run it. Let's run it. First of all, if error came, nothing will print after that because it will break the execution. Okay. So this is the first rule. If it is breaking, it will not execute. It will not execute the rest of the line. That's why we are using try catch. So let's see. Laksh is saying let our block scope. So what does it mean? If let our block scope, you guys, I think almost everyone has said let and const are not get hosted because wherever you have read like let and const are not get hosted, you have read using through Google, right? You have seen the videos where people are saying variables and functions get host, but let and const is not get hosted. But that is wrong. Let and const are also gets host. If I say it is getting hosted, what does it mean? So everyone was said, right? Like it is not getting host. So why this error is coming? It should come Mike. But if I'm saying you, it is getting hosted. Let and const, it is getting hosted. Let's see how it is happening. So in ES6, what they have done, they said we will host everything. Okay. We will host the variable, but we will not allow to access the variable. We will host, but we will not allow to access before initializing. Think something I will. Okay, let it be. Okay, let it be. Akshay, you were not in the previous session. So what you can do, let's give a brief little bit. So how many of you are not aware with hosting? Just shooting the message, like how many of you are not clear with the hosting concept? Okay. Why ES6 has such functionality, I'll let you know. Okay, not aware, not aware. Guys, if you want the advantages of this session, you have to be regular. Be on time and be regular in this session, because this is the first time I'm experimenting like with my content. Because after this, I am trying to post in the YouTube, or I'm trying to create some course. So please be in the session. It will help you. So what is hosting? Let me go through this. So basically, hosting is a JavaScript mechanism where variables and function declarations, point to be noted, declarations are moved to the top of the scope before code execution. JavaScript hosts function declaration and variable declaration on top of the current scope. Just see current scope. So let's say we have a variable foo, we can access easily. It will print you foo. If we try to print foo before it, what will happen? It will give you undefined. So quick. So what will happen? It will give you undefined. Why? Because this declaration will move in the top. Declaration means where foo and console. Basically, it will do console.log, and it will initialize the value. This is happening before execution phase. So this where foo is having a undefined. Okay, so this is called hosting. So same thing is happening. Don't worry, because this is foo, right? So that's why it is coming. It will come undefined. Let's see. This is undefined. Why foo is coming? Because this is the last executed value. If you want to know, yeah, this is the last executed value. Don't worry about dollar underscore. Don't worry about dollar underscore. I'll explain you what is dollar underscore. Okay. So basically this gets host. In case of function, it is happening with the same. So suppose we have functions. If we call, it will print. It will print fine. You can call before the function also, because this function will get hosted in the top. So hosting, you guys are like, you can see in the notes, or you can watch some videos in the net. So let's continue this. So what is happening? Behind the scene, one second. Yeah, so this is the quiz, basically original quiz. So what is happening? It is getting host. Let is getting host in the same scope. The scope is what? This is the scope. So let is getting host, but ES6 is saying if someone is trying to access that variable in the same scope before it initializations, throw an error. Just see what error is coming. If you sorry, right now I have written let, right? If you just remove, it will throw an error like cannot access name before initializing. So what is happening? It is hosting, but it is not allowing the access. Okay, so what is TDZ? Let's see what is TDZ. This term is known as temporal dead zone. This is basically a temporal dead zone for name variable. This is temporal dead zone. So man is saying, so in case of let, it will be an error, but in case of where, undefined. Yes, right. That is there. So it is getting host. Otherwise, it should print it shouldn't print mic, right? Logically, it should print mic. 1 second. I need to change the variable. It is Oh, yeah. TDZ is basically a term, temporal dead zone. So we are saying if you try to access the variable, if it is declared with letter const, it will be in TDZ zone, basically TDZ zone, temporal dead zone. So what is that? You can like basically it prevents the access. That's it. It is preventing the access. It is getting hosted so that we should know that variable is there in the scope, but we should not allow the access. So we'll come back why this is happening. So earlier I thought why they have not assigned undefined, right? They can assign undefined as well, right? Why they have made it complex? How many of you are thinking like it's better we can go ahead with the same approach how where is doing? It should be undefined. Like they should use undefined concept. Let's say it should be like this, and it should be like something like this. Host the variable. If you are hosting it, just host it and assign with some undefined. How many of you are thinking in the same way? Or you guys are having doubt? Okay, let's see next quiz. You'll get to know why they have done like this. So in case of hosting, what is happening? How to use global scope variable in a block with the same name? You cannot use. Let's try. Okay, let's make it where. I think now it will name. So you cannot use. Let's say what is window? Window is there. Let's see S is there. Let's see S is there. We can type this as well. Window.s. No, no, guys, we cannot access. Okay, we'll see the next quiz. Comment it out. So TDC basically you can explore more. Okay, in the net you can let it out like what is TDC? It's basically a temporal dead zone. In a simple language, you cannot access the variable if it is declared with latent const. So let's say uh, for example, okay, so this is fine. This is fine. We will get the output, Mike. What is happening in case of const? Again, this foo is in TDZ. Right now, foo is in TDZ. It means it is in temporal dead zone. Our code knows that foo is there. Our code knows foo is there, but we should not access before it initializing. Okay, so this will be an error, right? So if you see hosting, right, what they are doing, if you see hosting, what they're doing, they are copying it. Okay, and basically this is behind the scene. We should not initialize undefined anytime. If you want to initialize some null values, use null. If you want to initialize some empty value, use null. Never do this. Never do this in your project. Okay, so if you see what is the behavior of const, then now const foo is having two values, undefined and mic. In case of var, tell me how many values foo is having in case of this. In case of this, how many values foo is having? Before this line, it is undefined. After this line, it is two line. Earlier, it was undefined and mic. So foo in the whole file, it was pointing to two values, right? If we say the same thing with const, if we do hosting like where, then what is the value of const? We are changing the value from undefined to a value, right? Correct. So that's why they introduced the TDZ. So they introduced for const, then they said we'll apply the same thing for the let. Like we will not allow a user to access a variable before initialization. Right? It's making sense? Nice. So they said const means only one value. Only one value. You cannot change a value. Then if they hosted, it means in the case of declaration, in case of hosting, you are having undefined, then user is changing in different line. So they say you can do like this in case of let, but we will not allow a user before initializing. So this is pretty much clear, I think. So if someone asks you in an interview, okay, let's say you are going for an interview. So interviewers are not aware with these concepts, TDZ, right? If you are a fresher or if you are having 2 years experience, if you are going in a service based, so don't go and try to give this answer. Like it will get host, but it will be in TDC zone and it will give you an error. Don't be smart over there. Just explain them. Like basically, it will not get host. Tell them you cannot access it before it initialization. If they ask you, then explain it in paper or pen, right? Otherwise they'll think you are not aware with the concept of hosting. So this is what hosting, this is a continuation topic, hosting. Okay, this is clear. Let's move to the next concept. So let's see when to use where and when to use let. So guys, what will be the output in this case? Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Bharat is saying 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Laksh is saying 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think five times, five times, Abhijit. Okay. So 50-50, like 50-50. Gopal is saying 5-5. Guys, don't think of this is like general quiz. Let's say. So on the very first day, we have seen where has function level scope. Let's see who is joining. Tushar Sharma. What to do, guys? Let's deny the entry. Okay. So where has function level scope? Swapnadeep, why undefined? Many why undefined. And by the way, Swapnadeep, I have seen your projects. You have done a very good job. I have seen your YouTube project. So it was nice. I appreciate it. So why undefined? So I was saying where has function level scope. It means if you have declared a where in a function, if you have declared a where in a function, it will not be accessible outside. Apart from that, it will be accessible everywhere. It means, let's run it. It will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 5 because I is accessible. This is basically a block. Second, guys. Guys, I am audible. Okay, yeah. So it is giving 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I is accessible. Let's see what is function level scope. Where is suppose 10, we can call 10, and if we try to console t, it will say t is not defined. It will say t is not defined. Okay, if I remove this where, this will become a window object. This will become a global object. Then I can access this value. It means where has only function level scope. If it is declared inside a function, it means it is a private variable to that function. This is clear. You cannot access t outside it. This is clear, guys. This is basically function level scope. So the question is, in case of this for I is a global variable. Because for is not a function, for is a block level element. Okay, so where is I is attached to a window object, and this is window.I basically. If you see, this is window.I. Okay, so how to prevent this? Use let, because let is having block level scope. If you try to use this, it will say I is not defined, because the scope of I is till here. Okay, let's say another quiz. We are running behind time. So let's say where x n, if true, so what will be the output, guys? In this case, somebody has asked, right? If we use the same variable with where and let, 10 10 10. Okay, nice. Because this is pointing to this is having a block scope, so it will not be accessible. So this variable will not be accessible. Okay, let's say another example. Or what will be the output, guys, in this case? So you are saying 5 5 5 5 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 5 5 5. Okay, so Pradeep 5 5 5. Shivam 5 5 5. Why 5 5 5? Let's run it. 5 times because of set timeout. No. Yes, you can say because of set timeout, but why it is happening? So in the later sessions, I'll explain event loop and call stack. Not now. I'll tell you the basic example, like how it is happening. So because if you are not aware with the closures, if you are not aware with the like the concept of event loop, call stack, then explaining right now it's of no use. Okay. So what is happening? We'll see. For will execute 5 times. This function set timeout is a window API. You know what is window API? Set timeout is an API, web API. Nice. Web API. Okay. Set timeout, set interval, fetch. There were so many things. Local storage, session storage. These are the web API. Browser is providing you. Okay. So set timeout, what is happening? This is an async call. This is an async call, asynchronous call. So there were two things, synchronous thing, asynchronous. So these are the synchronous. For is executing synchronously, like one by one. This is asynchronous, means it should execute in some different layer. You can say event loop. So what is happening? This function will go one by one. Sorry. One by one, 5 times in an event loop. Okay, this will go 5 times in an event loop. What is happening? They are pointing to a same variable, which is I. Okay, which is I. So at the end, this condition will go 5 less than 5. When it will go here, 5 less than 5, it will say false, I is 5. This is where this is a global variable. It means the value is changed. It is not changed. You can access it. So in the event loop, this is having a closure. This is a concept of closure. When this function is going for event loop, this is having an address, not a value. it is having a reference. This is a reference of I, not a value. You guys are getting it? This is a reference of I, not a value. So after this line, it will check, do we have any other things to execute? No, then it will go on event loop. It start executing. So it will print 5 because at this point of time, I is 5. So this is basically a event loop concept. The closure concept. We are referring to a variable. We are referring to a variable, not its value. This is clear in this case. So closure, I'll tell you what is happening in the later session. Maybe next session I'll cover closure. Okay. So what is happening? Let's keep it. What is happening? It is having the reference. Let make it. So without let make it let. Okay. Why does it execute later? Because of its asynchronous behavior. Meghna, this is a asynchronous behavior. Yeah, Jatin, I'm doing it. So what we have done in case of let, same thing is happening. Same thing is happening. So tell me, what is this? Let, what is this basically? It's a block, right? So what is happening? It every time it iterates, it creates a new I. Every time it creates a new I. For example, I underscore 1, I underscore 2, I underscore 3, I underscore 4, I underscore 5. And everyone is having their own different value. In case of let, it is having their own instance, it is own reference. It is not pointing to a same I. Okay, so it means first time I1 is 0, I2 is 1, I3 is 2, something like this. Okay, so it will execute like this. If you see, it will execute like this: 0, 1, 2, 3. It will execute at the end. Again, value is not passed. Guys, make sure in the event loop, value is not passing. Reference is passing. Reference is passing. It is not attached with window. This is clear? So let's say if let is helping us, if let was not there, how people are solving? Basically, we know, right, where has function level scope. So if I say, if we bind with the ify function, let's say what is happening, we pass I here and we take something like j and just put the same code inside it and use j. See, in case of where, you're getting it. Why ify is what? A separate function, a self execution function. Ify is a self execution function. So this is having a closure. Closure creates a copy. Closure creates a copy. It is not referring to it. It is having their own scope. So closure we will cover in the next session. This is clear, guys? Are you getting it? It's basically simple. We wrapped with a function. We wrapped with the functions. If you're getting it, guys, please say yes in chat. Okay. Guys, no need to note all these questions. I'll create again a separate notes. I'll share it with you. Maybe by end of the day or by tomorrow. Why does let create instance? Because it is having a block level scope. And for is a block level thing. It will iterate again and again. It's not IFY, it is IIFE. If immediate invoke function expression, what you can do, you can go to this site. I have created this a few months back. So you can go to learn.devcode.in. In JavaScript, we have ify. So basically, it's an immediate invoke function expression. It will execute immediately after it's created. You can read it out. There were different approaches to create an ify. So this is same. You cannot access bar because bar is like foo is behind a function. So basically, it's a self-invoking function. Instead of writing a functions and calling it, you can use a self-invoking function. Okay, so you can go through this about ify. This is clear. So you guys know any other approach to solve it? Last quiz for this. Any other approach, guys, to solve this? Sorry, I five times. Any other approach? Anyone knows? Let we have used. If we have used. Let's see. Let's remove this function. Let's remove this function. Let's run it. How many of you understand this question? Bind will come back. Yes, bind will come back in upcoming topic. Next topic is call bind apply. How many of you are aware with this syntax? Is this something new for you guys? Callback, right? Yes, Prem, this is the callback thing. This is the callback, right? We are passing a function to a function. Set timeout is a function. We are passing a function to a function. This is callback. I is like argument. Yes, let's see. Let's see a basic example. Okay. Console.log a plus b. So what is set timeout doing? Call a function after this milliseconds, pass two arguments. What is happening? A plus a comma b. Let's write again. So after I is like argument. Yes, Gopal. I, that is the argument. So this is the callback function. This is the timer, and these are the arguments. Yes, we need to pass only function reference because set timeout will decide when to call. This is what the asynchronous behavior. Our parent function calling function has the right to call it. Callback means call me back whenever you think, call me. Do we need to pass only function? Yes. I missed one question. Are we trying to make async function work synchronously here? See, this function is not asynchronous. This function is synchronous, but I want as a callback, call after 3 seconds, call immediately. This is something like immediately. It is not taking any time. How many of you know the syntax? How many of you know how to pass an argument in set timeout? So this is pretty much trick. Okay, let's understand this. So what is happening? I am calling the console.log. Log is what a function. Log is a function of console object. If you see, let's print console. So it will tell you console is an object and we have a function log. So what we are doing, we are passing console.log as a callback in set timeout. I'm saying 0 is the time, wait only 0 millisecond, then I is the value. So I'm passing I in console.log. So this is another trick to handle this kind of situation. Because console.log itself is a function. This is clear, guys? Anyone is having doubt, let me know. This was the last question of let and const. Okay. So guys, now tell me, whatever topics I'm selecting is fine, or you want directly to advanced level, because I know most of you are not aware with the concepts. If you are aware, still I think if you are intermediate, if you know the JavaScript, if you know the Latin const, I hope you get something new, right? Okay. So can we move to the next topic, or you guys need break? 3 minutes break. Okay, Mohammed. 2 minutes. Okay, we'll have 2 minutes break. So guys, you have any questions? We will have 2 minutes break. So today we will cover call bind apply and arrow functions. Anmol is asking when to use functions and when to use getter and setter in JS classes. I'll come back to you on this topic. I'll come back. Not today, guys. Like let's move from basic to advanced. Even in basic concepts, I'm covering a lot. So we'll see when to use getter and setter. Have some patience. Whatever topic I'm explaining you, just go back after this session. Practice everything. Whatever I explained, practice that first. Then search quizzes in net. Search, read the medium links. All whatever you can read it, read it. MDN docs, everything. If I'm missing anything, let me know. Definitely, I may miss so many things, but I'm covering most of the things. So whatever 6 topics I'm going to cover till today, if interviewer is asking you 10 questions in JavaScript, 3 will be from these quizzes, definitely. So many is asking, will you make Git post after this question? Yeah, I'll create a Git post. Give me some time, I'll create. The same way I have shared the session 1. So 1.5 at 1.5 will start. So if you're a fresher, they are going to ask you reasoning aptitude first, then basic programming, not much. No one is going to ask you JavaScript. If you are going in a service-based company, if you are going in a startups, then definitely they are going to ask you technical things. No, Jatin, we are not recording the sessions because this is going to a long, and no one is going to see these long videos. It's of no use. Yes, from service-based to startup, they expect so many things. So you have to work hard. You have to learn so many things. So let's create a new code. Yeah. So Prikam, it's not that tough. I was in Infosys. So I started with Infosys. I stayed there at 3 years. After that, I got a product-based company. So it's not that tough. See, there is no best service-based. I worked with Infosys. Everyone is having their own opinion. For me, it was the best company for a fresher because I was from Tier 3 college and we didn't get any good opportunity for any. I have not set in up. I have only given interview in Infosys when I was in fresher. So it depends. I got a very good project. I got a very good team. So I learned a lot in service based. Both are good, Dev. Both are good. It totally depends how you work. You have to learn a lot in parallel. You have to spend time. Any other question while I'm writing it? I've just completed 1 year. Which company, Pritam? TCS. Which location? Chennai. Okay. Start preparing. If you are in front end, start preparing JavaScript. Start giving interviews. Let's start, guys. We'll have these sessions. So let's say why we need call bind apply. But first, let's see what is this. A started month stack. That is nice. React is having a future right now. So function foo. Let's see what is happening. So tell me the output. What is going to happen? What it will print? Guys, just focus what I have written. I have just written the function name, the foo function, right, Swapnadeep? It will print you the foo function definition. It will print foo function definition. This is clear? So my question is, this is what? What is this? Bharat function. Okay. Okay, no, inner function I got it because it's an iffy. Okay, but what basically you guys are saying function with two parents. Okay, if I say it's an object, how many will agree with me? If I say this is an object, so JavaScript is basically an object-oriented language. Object-oriented language. Everything is in JavaScript is object. Let's see. How many of you know console.dir? How many of you know console.dir? Okay, nice. So those who don't know what is dir, it will give you all the properties. So let's say, so this is a function. This is having a property argument. This is a caller length. So length is 2 because we are having a 2 parameters. So these are the params. And if you call foo 1 comma 2, these are the arguments. Okay, these are the param. That's why I have written param. Okay, these are the param and these are the arguments when whatever value you passed. Okay, so they have length 2 because arguments or params are 2 right now. Okay, right now params are 2. Okay, what is the name? What is the name? Let's say what is name? Do function have a name? Do function have a name? Let's try. Yes, function have a name because we have seen, right? Name is a property. Okay, it means basically behind the scene function is an object. Okay, why I am explaining this? Let's see. Can we add some new parameter to a function? Can we add this? Let's verify. Can we access? Yes, we can access. We can use it. Okay. Let's drill down. Let's drill down more. Let's drill down more. We have a proto. Let's see what is proto. Are you seeing these things? Bind, call, name, length. Are you getting all these things, guys? Call, bind, apply, bind, call. Are you getting these things? This is what we are going to learn today about call, bind, apply. Why we need call, bind, apply, and when to use. This is easiest topic if you know this. If you have attended the session 1, this will reduce 50% of complexity. Okay, we will see all these things. Okay, let's go to a simple concept with a basic example. So for example, we have a function. Let's say I'm printing hey. How many ways to call this a function? This is the basic way. Just add parentheses, it will work. We have seen, right? We have a call in proto. We have a call in proto, right? So if we execute it, again it is printing. Again it is printing, right? Using call also we can call a function. Right? Let do apply. Are we able to execute it? Yes. Let's say foo dot bind. Are we able to execute this? Let's see. So why only 3A is coming? Why only 3A is coming? Because bind returns a function. Bind returns a function. I think someone said right. Yes, Meghna. Yes, Dave, you can say it, but the real thing is it is returning a function. It is returning a function. So how we can execute it? We can execute by adding extra parentheses. Okay, basically it's returning a function. This is clear? Till this it is clear? Okay, nice. So the question is why we need all these three if we can call a function like this, right? So let's move forward. We will see why we are using this. Okay. So let's print this here. Okay. So guys, recap. Those who don't know this, those who have not attended, just pay attention. So if you execute a function and you're calling this, it will point to a window object. It will point to a window object. If you're calling using new, it will point to itself. It will point to itself. This is what for like this is happening. Okay, so I run it. Okay, now tell me why we need call. So with call, bind, apply, these three are very close topics. Like if you get to know what is call, bind is very simple and apply is very simple. These just are the syntax different. Okay, concepts are same, only syntaxes are different. Okay, let's see. So in case of call, what is happening? It is the same thing, right? Same thing. Let's pass something. Let's pass one. Let's see what is happening. It is giving a value. It is giving a primitive value. It is giving a one. Let's pass a string.